Hi, my name is Nurtas Amani binti Ahmad Shukri.
Hi, my name is Sufia Kaisar binti Ishaq.
The question is for each scheme, how much money will Zikri have in her investment account after 7 years? Okay, first let's look at scheme A. The principal amount P is 35,000 ringgit. The annual interest rate K is 0.0594. M is 4 and the time T is 7 years. So we use the compound interest formula is S equal to P multiplied by 1 plus I to the power of N. By substituting the value, we get 35,000 ringgit, open bracket, 1 plus 0.0594 per 4 close bracket to the power of 4 times 7. Therefore, the final amount for scheme A is 52,883 ringgit 48 cents. Scheme B, the principal is the same, 35,000 ringgit. The interest rate is 0.058. It's using the same formula. We substitute the value to get 35,000 ringgit, open bracket, 1 plus 0.058 per 12 close bracket, power of 12 times 7. The amount for scheme B is 52,476 ringgit 74 cents. Next question, we need to calculate the interest earned for both schemes. To find the interest earned I, we use the formula I equal S minus P. We subtract the principal from the total accumulated amount. For scheme A, we take 52,883 ringgit 40 cents and minus 35,000 ringgit. The total interest of 17,883 ringgit 48 cents. For scheme B, we do the accumulated amount of 52,476 ringgit 74 cents minus the principal of 35,000 ringgit, total 17,476 ringgit 74 cents. Question 3 is based on the interest value, which point should Zikri choose? Justify your answer. The answer is Zikri should choose scheme B because scheme B yield a higher total interest of 17,476 ringgit 74 cents compared to scheme B interest of 17,883 ringgit for 48 cents. Now let's move to question B. So the answer is, first we calculate the future value of this new investment. The principal P is 10,000 ringgit since it was deposited after 2 years. The remaining investment period T is 7 minus 2, which equal 5 years. Using the same compound interest formula for scheme A, we substitute the value 10,000 ringgit, open bracket, 1 plus 0.00594 per 4 close bracket to the power of 5 times 4. This simplifies to 10,000 ringgit multiplied by 1.01485 to the power of 20. The accumulated value for this additional investment alone is 13,428 ringgit 80 cents. Finally, to find the total amount received at the end of 7 years, we add this value to the original accumulated amount from scheme A, which we calculate in part 1. We take 13,428 ringgit 80 cents and plus 52,883 ringgit 58 cents. This gives Zikri a total final amount of 66,312 ringgit 28 cents.
Next, for part B, question 1A. In this question, RN245 is deposited every 3 months for 8 years and 6 months at interest rate of 6.5% compounded quarterly. So, we are required to find the maturity value of the saving. The information given is R equal to 245, interest rate K equals to 0.035, and M equals to 4, which is compounded quarterly. And the time period equal to 8 years, 6 months or 8.5 years. Since the deposit are made regularly, I use the future value of annuity formula, which is S equal to R and bracket 1 plus I bracket square root N minus 1 per I bracket. Next, I substitute all the value into the formula and perform the calculation. Okay, now let's do the calculation. So S equal to 245 and bracket 1.01625 bracket square root 34 minus 1 per 0.065 per 4 and bracket. So we need to finish the value inside the bracket. First we calculated. So now we can get S equal to 245 multiply bracket 0.729892088 per 0.035 per 4 bracket. Therefore, the maturity value of the saving is RM 11,004.530 cents. Next, question 1B part B. In this question, Johan's party deposit RN200 every month into an account and at 4% interest per year, compounded monthly. The accumulated amount in the account is 53,667.80 cents that we are required to determine Johan's age when this amount is reached. So let's label first the information. The information given is monthly deposit R equals to RN200, interest rate K equals to 0.04, and M equals to 12. Accumulated amount S, which is RM 53,667.80 cents. Okay, so the deposit are made every month, so I use the future value into the formula and rearrange the equation to solve for the time period. The formula is S equal to R bracket 1 plus I bracket square root N minus 1 per I and bracket. So I substitute all the given value in the formula and rearrange the question. Okay, now let's start with the question. So RM 53,667.80 cents equals to 200 and bracket 1 plus 0.04 per 12 bracket square root 12t and minus 1 per 0.04 per 12 and bracket. Now we have to finish the inside bracket first and we have to move the value from the right to the left. So we can get RM 53,667.80 cents per 200 equals to bracket 1.0033 and 333 bracket square root 12t minus 1 per 0.0033 and 333 bracket. So we have to move again to the left. Move the value again to the left. Now we can got bracket 0.0033 and 33 and 3 bracket and bracket 26 8, 3, 3, and 9 bracket equals to 1.00, 3, and 3, and 3, 3, 3 whole square root of t minus 1. Furthermore, we need to multiply, and we got 0.898 plus 1 and equals to 1.00, 3, and 3, 3, and 3, 3, 3 square roots of t. Now we put the long, which is 1.89445438 per 12 long bracket 1.00, 3, and 3, 3, 3, 3 bracket equals to that we get 16. So we got the answer is 16 years. Since Johan was 5 years old when the second span started, his age will be 5 plus 16 equals to get 21 years old. Therefore, Johannes will be 21 years old when the accumulated amount reached. So the final answer for this question is 21 years old. Okay, I will explain a question 2 for part A. In this question, Mark deposited Rm 7,600 into an account. The interest rate is 3.4% per year, compounded every 2 months. The accumulated is Rm 11,415.75 cents. So we are required to find the value of t, which represents the number of years. First, I identify the information given, which is P equals to Rm 7,600. Accumulated amount is S equals to Rm 11,415.75 cents. Interest rate K equals to 0.034. Compounding frequency, which is M equal to 6, and because the interest compound every 2 months. Next, I use the compounded interest formula, which is S equal to P bracket 1 plus I bracket square root and T. I substitute all the given value in the formula and rearrange the equation to make the T the subject. Okay, Rm 11,415.75 cents equal to Rm 7,600 bracket 1 plus 0.034 per 6 bracket square root 6 bracket T bracket. So we need to finish the inside the bracket first with calculator and move the value from right to left. So we got 11,415.75 cents per 7,600 equal to bracket 1.00567 bracket square root 6t. Okay, next I apply long to solve for t. Long bracket 1.502072368 bracket per long bracket 1.005667 bracket equals to long bracket 1.00567 bracket. So we can get t as a subject equals to 71.99531413 per 6. So the final answer, we will get the t equal to 12 years.
This is the questions for part B question 2. First, Shukri purchased a new apartment for 470,000. He paid 25% of payment, which is 0.25 multiplied by 470,000 equal to 117,500. Therefore, the amount of finance through the housing loan is 470,000 minus to 117,500, which is a give 352,500. Part A, monthly payment. To determine monthly payment, we use a present value of annuity formula, like this formula down below. A is the loan amount of 352,500. I is the monthly interest rate, which is 0.0425 divided by 12, and N is the total number of monthly payments, which is 25 times 12 equal to 300 months. By substituting all the values into the formula, solving for R, we obtain monthly payment of 1909 ringgit 63 cents. For part B, Shukri missed the first 7 monthly payments. How much should he pay on the 8th payment to keep his payment up to date? Okay, where R equals to 1909 ringgit 63 cents and N equals to 8 months. After substituting the values, the accumulated amount due on the 8th payment, which is we use the formula of R like this, that's shown below, and after substituting the amount is 15,458 ringgit 74 cents. Finally, Shukri decides to settle the loan immediately after making payments for 18 years because he want to find the outstanding balance if Shukri decides to settle the loan in single payment immediately after paying for 18 years. So using a present value of an annuity formula again with 84 remaining payments, we calculate the outstanding balance and we use the formula for A again. So we get 138,537 ringgit 76 cents.